So with shows like Top Boy and Supercell, we got to like kind of see the real London, right?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say the other versions weren't real, but this is that side of London.
Yeah, this is that side of London, right? And we're getting to see that, and along with the music, right? But I remember me trying out what Paid in Full. And at one point, I don't know if it was...
Which character?
Well, I did it. I was the guy who put out the razors and...
Oh, yeah. That's something obviously,
but I remember at one point, because I had actually went out for Rico.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. Did you go out for cameras?
Yeah, I was too fat at that time. They didn't give it to me. They gave it to Cameron, rightfully so. He deserved it.
Killed that, man.
But I remember at one point, them actually going to Canada and them filming outskirts because they couldn't make old school New York, right? So, but New York, we have 15 million movies, you know, so a lot of people didn't understand that sometimes when you look at Paid in Full, when they playing the ball and the projects look mad old, that's not even New York. That's Canada, you know what I mean?
Movie magic, bro.
Movie magic, but with you now introducing the real part of London, or like you said, that side of London, you know what I mean? If a movie company came to you and said, yo, I want you to film London Bridge is going down, but I want you to film it in Poland.
Or in a soundstage.
If I can make it look like London.
Okay.
If I can make it look like London, I don't, if I'm telling them, look, are you going to give me green screen to do it? Are you going to give me some sort of CGI budget? Or how am I going to make this look like London? If they give me that, I'll do that. Like a lot of the stuff,
Backlots,
I don't know if you remember the beginning of the end of the first episode when you see them in the future.
Yes.
And you see like the Piccadilly and all the screens. It's kind of like our version of Times Square. All of that is green screen. We wanted Piccadilly, but we couldn't get it. So
I did not tell.
Yeah. So it's all green screen.
Green screen is crazy now.
Green screen's crazy now. So like most of the stuff you're watching is probably not actually it, to be honest. So I wouldn't.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I wouldn't hold on to that for anything you're watching.
Really?
Nah. You don't need. It doesn't make sense. It's cheaper elsewhere. You can put green screen on and just put New York in the backdrop.
And they got screens that are like stacked.
Bro, my thing was 30 foot tall, 360 wide. So we was in a green light.
Yeah, they could do a 360 shot. And it's all
30 foot tall.
around.
So everything on that 30 foot is whatever we want that to be. I could make it look like this whole building if you wanted to. So I wouldn't be worried about
it's wild, man.
I'm glad he told me, because I would have bet if somebody came up to me and been like, yo, Superstar has some green screen in there, I would be like, no, it wasn't. I would have bet. I would have lost.
Nah, that's movies now, man.
I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't tell none of that.
No.
So you did a great job.
And that's you'll be surprised the films that you are watching that you think is set here and set there, but it's really just green screen.
What's the difference between green and green screen?
There's not really much of a difference, you know. So it's honestly, I asked the same question to my SFX guy and they were just like, one's just older and one's just newer, but they both do the same thing. You can put them both on the screen, but green screen is kind of the old school, and sometimes
like
you can get blue screen, right? But they do the same thing.
The people behind the camera, right? The fact that you have an all-black cast, does that affect who you hire up that's behind the camera?
I wanted this show to be the benchmark for a majority black production. So it wasn't just in front. Like all of our heads of departments were black. Like the person that shot it, the head of costume, the head of makeup. We got a lot of black HODs, and we looked for all the people in film and TV that was at that level that could get in there, because I don't think it's good enough just to have everyone in front of the camera be black and then the representation behind still all be non-black. So we went out the way, and Netflix was cool with that. They knew, good thing with all the Warren and me eating their free food, they knew what I wanted to do.
They knew you were going to spend the budget.
If you're going to come out and feed me, if you're going to they're basically wooing me, you know, they were courting me. So if you're going to court me, don't court me, and then when you get me, don't treat me like you don't want me. Let me do what I do, innit? So I literally done everything I wanted to do. And I was like, yo, every time there'll be pushback, I'm like, yo, you just came to me.
Right.
It's like, okay, yeah, go on then. That's just, yeah, like, cool. So let me run with it. So that's why I feel like in life, it is good to earn your position rather than chasing it. Because when you chase it, you're going to have to be working at their pace. But when they come to you, you'll work at your own pace. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if you could answer this, but if you can, being that obviously they funded the whole production, right? And it's your creative. You wrote everything. Everything is you. You directed it. How is it in perpetuity?
I don't own that.
You don't?
I own 0% of
And how can that change moving forward?
if one day Netflix wake up and say, you know what, we're giving shows to people. Do you want your show that you created and written? And that's not going to happen. So it doesn't change with Netflix. But that's just Netflix's model.
Right.
I'm not here to complain about it. I knew what I was walking into. Like, people have walked away from deals. Like, you would see, do you know Michaela Cole, who done I May Destroy You? There's a show called I May Destroy You from a British writer. It won loads of film awards and that. It was a big show. Mm-hmm. And so it says that it was written that she turned down a big paycheck because she didn't want to go there because she couldn't own anything. Mm-hmm. And I admire her for that. That was her second TV show. So she probably saw it was like on her first TV show and probably told herself, second time around, I'm not doing that. And she walked away from the deal, and then the show became a massive success where it went anyway. I wasn't walking away from the deal because that was my first TV show. And I was like,
an opening for you.
I'll take this money, and if you don't keep that one, that's fine. I'll make another one, you know? I wasn't worried about that. Like, cool, use it on Supercell. I know enough to know without me, the show probably wouldn't be the same, so it's cool. But in general, even if that show is theirs, I can make another show. And now I know how it goes. Now goes next time round, I'm going to be trying to go into my ownership bag with it, you know?
Yeah. Now, are we trying to stick with series, or are we going to go into the feature films?
Yeah, no, I'm going into movies. Bro, I fell into TV by accident. When I was writing Supercell, it wasn't meant to be TV. Right. But I'm at 200 pages. I'm like, yeah, this ain't
needs more time.
Yeah, this ain't begun now. I didn't want to do TV. I wasn't. It just felt like for me to go down as one of the greats. When you think of all the great filmmakers, you're not thinking of no TV shows. Like you mentioned, like who's your favorite filmmaker? If you've got any director, who's your favorite filmmaker?
Oh man, that's a good one.
You could just be anybody. Who's one of your favorites? It doesn't even have to be your best.
Larry David.
Or Scorsese.
What TV show did Larry David do?
Oh,
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
So you're one off. That's way off. But more.
You said TV specific? You said TV?
Yeah.
Oh, TV, I can't even think of.
I
can't think of TV.
It's just different, bro.
Okay. So you meant to direct. Okay.
Most men are.
Yeah, I can't think TV.
Most men are not. Right. Because you don't even know who the directors of TV are.
Right.
You know that you like this show.
Right.
But you don't know who created it. Because it's not even the director. A show. What makes a TV show is not the director. They add to it. They're very vital. But it's the person that creates it.
Right.
The person that had the idea for Game of Thrones, for The Wire, for Breaking Bad.
Sometimes they got multiple directors on episodes.
Yeah.
Right.
I think I directed 3, and on my other, I had another director do 3.
I love how everything it says written and created by Rapman.
It needed to be clear.
Yeah.
So, you know, it needed to be clear still because I didn't come in for TV. Okay. But if you're watching this TV, this ain't gonna be that TV where I don't know who was writing Sopranos, who was directing it. No. You're gonna think Superstar and you're gonna think Rapman. Uh-huh. So now when I'm trying to go do a movie, that's my currency now. Right. So, but I'm trying to do movies more. I've got seasons of Superstar in my head, and I've got another TV show I want to do.
Right.
But I really want to go back to movies, and that's mainly because other than the fact it comes with that prestige. I just love watching my work with a live audience.
Right.
So the best you get to that, you get the premieres, but then you have to go on Twitter and see what people are saying. I want to sit in a room with you and hear you laugh at the joke. I want to see you cry at the emotion, and you just don't get that with TV, man. And that's why I want to go back and do some movies, but I still want my show to be going.